And I think we should congratulate Joe Biden on his first 100 days and what he's done. But also us in the media have to stop presenting this as if there are two equal partners in politics that we have to talk to. We don't.
Welcome to this week's Wacky Moments of Leftist Extremism. This week marked Biden's 100 days in office, and the leftist media just couldn't think of enough ways to heap praise upon his administration. So why not just ask the administration to praise themselves?
Jen, 100 days, big speech tonight. I'm sure you guys are still dotting the I's and crossing the T's. What grade are you giving yourselves? I know it's early. What grade are you giving yourselves first 100 days?
Gosh, shucks, let's just circle back on that. What a tough interview they give over at CBS. That's the network where they just love that Biden administration. So much that they gave us these highlights of his first 100 days.
100 days since then, President Biden has signed 41 executive orders, held more than 20 calls with world leaders, hosted one of them at the White House, visited 9 states, and met with dozens of lawmakers in the Oval Office, including Congresswoman Norma Torres.
He is a listener more than a talker. So for the first time, I found myself, oh my gosh, what more can I tell, the president about, what we need in the 35th Congressional District or in California?
Oh my gosh, maybe some assistance at the border? No, because CBS didn't mention the border at all in their 100-day recap. Nothing going on there, I guess. Nothing to mention. If there's a prescription for media bias, CBS fills it with help from advertising from Walgreens. Give them a call and explain why their ad placements are making you sick. Now here's something that'll make you want to puke. The media is so in the tank for Biden that the Washington Post is actually ending its presidential database of fact checks. Yes, fact checker Glenn Kessler on Tuesday tweeted a link to the Biden database saying, "Here's the Biden database, which we do not plan to extend beyond 100 days. I have learned my lesson." Wow, there's no need to fact check Biden, especially when he does things like compare voter ID laws to
Jim Crow on steroids, what they're doing in Georgia.
That's a pretty twisted lie right there, and there's so many other lies, but heck, there's no need to keep track. Kessler just doesn't care. He is there, though, to offer some widely panned criticism of Senator Tim Scott. Yes, his fact-free fact check, making sure to hammer Scott for his black Southern privilege.
Why my mother grew up on the projects in public housing with all that privilege, I have no idea. But here's what he was really trying to do. He was trying to discredit my story. He was trying to discredit my grandfather and my mother and myself for one reason. Because it doesn't fit the narrative that in America it's impossible for people who look like me to rise to this position.
You have to ask yourself, when will Kessler and the leftist media start judging people by their qualifications, by the quality of their character, and not simply by the color of their skin?
Now Democrats have their chance, and President Biden has nominated 11 nominees. The Judiciary Committee is hearing the testimony of 5 of those nominees today, and not one of them is a white man. They are all women or people of color, including one who would be the first Muslim American on the court.
Well, that explains what's important to the left, doesn't it? I mean, why give any background, qualifications, or important facts when you can just blindly promote whatever Joe Biden wants? This week, the media had to ponder just how they were going to go about describing Biden's address on Wednesday night, so CBS just went to the administration that morning to find out what words they should use.
So how will you guys pull that off? You need the GOP support.
Sure, Gail, we do. But first, the most important thing here is this is a really bold proposal.
Oh, really? It's a bold proposal? Thanks, Jen Psaki. I really hope the media was taking notes.
President Biden delivers his first address to Congress, laying out a bold plan to rebuild the country.
The President of the United States offering a bold new plan.
Big, bold, huge progressive ideas. Big and bold, really bold, sweeping legislation.
Big, bold, ambitious plans.
We've been talking over these last few moments about how bold these plans are.
Do they even have the ability to think for themselves? Despite their endless promotion of how historic Biden's speech would be.
Good evening. President Biden set to address a joint session of Congress, an historic night.
They couldn't find anyone who wanted to watch a speech on the endless growth of government and higher taxes.
And, you know, he laid that out in his address last night. But I've got to tell you, most of the folks that I've spoken to here did not actually watch Joe Biden's address last night. I've spoken to around a dozen folks, and only 2 of them watched and listened to what he had to say last night.
Only 2 people, you know? MSNBC, why don't you just put a panel together and just talk about it amongst yourselves?
You know, we love to talk about sort of the voice, the perspective of voters here on this show. You are in Coral Gables, Florida, and you're hearing what people are there are thinking of the president's speech. What's up?
Yeah, we're seeing some of what Priscilla touched on there. About 2/3 of the people who we have tried to talk to here said they did not watch the president's address, not necessarily because they were boycotting it or intentionally not watching it. They just went to bed.
Yes, the bold, inspirational speeches of Joe Biden put people to bed. 80 million people were energized to vote for this guy, they claim. The media will always give Biden his airtime and push his agenda, but they also strive to be journalists and fair to Republicans, right?
And I think we should congratulate Joe Biden on his first 100 days and what he's done. But also us in the media have to stop presenting this as if there are 2 equal partners in politics that we have to talk to. We don't.
Sums it up. They're activists, not journalists. They just don't care. All right, it's time to put this episode to bed. I'm Eric Shiner from MRC TV. Check out the MRC Store at shop.mrc.org for some great gear there. You can also get some great information and entertainment by checking out MRCTV.org. Please like, share, and subscribe to these videos on Rumble, Clapper, Facebook, Parler. We're on a variety of social media. Take your pick. We're there. And we'll be back with some more leftist media madness next week.